Hey, I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've posted anything. There's been a lot of crazy things happening in my life, turns out. Life happens sometimes, right? I've had some bad things happen, I've had some great things happen, and that's just what happens. I haven't been able to really dive into Tarkir, this new set. I've had my eye on the meta. I can tell there's some definite new spicy things shaking up the meta, but one thing that as I jumped into this new season that has just begun for this month, I realized once again, I am low on wildcards. It's a reoccurring issue that I have, especially in trying to keep up with everything, right? It's so hard keeping up with all the new cards that come out. Of course, I can throw money at the game, but it's like really not effective, not cost effective to throw $10 at the game, for example, get 4 wildcards and have basically a fifth of a deck done. Now I realize that's the point of Magic as far as Wizards of the Coast is concerned, and monetizing and getting everything they can, and they do a really good job of that. But I am just wanting to also keep up and be able to play the game along with everyone else. There's a meta that's really fast, and to keep up, you gotta pivot, you gotta swap cards, you gotta introduce new tech, and sometimes you just have to roll with a deck that basically has very little rares and mythics and see how it does. And this is a perfect example of that. We have an enchantment or an auras deck, Bogle, I don't know how to say it. Basically, buff a creature, don't let it die, and take over the game with that one particular creature and hope that it doesn't get killed. Now you have a lot of resources to be able to protect your card. And for example, Shard Maid's Rescue, we have Royal Treatment, we have Ethereal Armor, etc. These are all very cheap, very easy to apply to your creature as long as you can keep it on the board before then. Optimistic Scavenger is a great foundation to build upon. We also have basically, look at Sheltered by Ghost is the best example of like an uncommon card that just is amazing. You don't have to have rares and mythics for every slot. That would just be strange. If commons and uncommons really were just all draft chaff, if you will, that would be problematic. And Wizards knows that. They have to make cards in each rarity that excel. And that's just the way that it is. Everyone wants a nice common or uncommon. And a whole entire deck built around that concept is something I'm interested in, because I did not have to spend any wildcards for this. I always appreciate that, especially on a deck that can take me up some ranks, and that's what this does and can do. I highly recommend it. So other than the fact of just buffing creatures that we do have a limited amount of creatures. Toadstool Admirer, and I know we have the Optimistic Scavenger. Honestly, we can get a token from our grand entryway. And then, of course, we have Calix, which is not a planeswalker, is a creature, and we're able to use him to our advantage. Outside of that, this deck is very simple. There probably is something to be said about the land situation. Yes, you are seeing rare lands. It's gonna happen. It's Magic. Even in budget decks, you're going to see rare land. I just happen to have these. Does that mean that you are going to have these? No. Does it mean that the deck is unplayable without value multicolored land? No. You can still get by with plains or forest basics, and you can also get by with cheaper alternative land. For example, an etched cornfield. Really throw your opponent off by handing them a nice piece of buttered corn. I guarantee it'll throw them off. You may even become friends and both withdraw at the same time, and it's a draw. You never know. And with that, let's see how this deck does in this Tarkir meta on the ranked ladder. Okay, we're going first. We've got an Optimistic Scavenger. It's a great start, right? We can go right into several different options here. If needed, this deck can operate basically on 2 or 3 mana, I would say. So once we get our second or third land, we're in pretty good shape. I love this card. It's basically like, hey, I want value right now, whether you like it or not. Flying and a card. at flash speed. Don't really see myself using it defensively a whole lot. Mainly just for the buff aspect and the card value. But I suppose you could play it defensively to take care of flying. Or just become a bigger blocker. And there it is, right there. Just a flick of a wrist, we've got a dead creature. So we're gonna have to make a new foundation, a new base creature that we can build upon. And our options are limited. So we can either roll out a token, or we can just basically hope we top deck something. Because otherwise, our enchantments are basically useless in our hand. Okay. Did a little gamble, and it paid off. Probably should have rocked the 1/1 token, but, you know, didn't feel like I would have rather waited. There's no immediate threats on their board, so I'm just kind of reacting to what they're doing. Oh, they're targeting. Okay, so this is why we have protection. Now they're tapped out. We know they can't do it again. They may on this turn, but now we have ward. So hopefully that's a factor. Oh, great card. I bet they feel good about that. Doesn't really bother me. It is nice having the extra mana for creatures, but to be honest, we're more likely to draw enchantments than creatures. So as long as we have one on the board and I can protect it, I'm happy. And we still have royal treatment, so we're in a pretty good spot. I do have my eye on that virtue though, but they're pretty far away from it still. See if they drew any land. I'm sure they did. They have a pretty good amount of cards in hand. Oh boy. Hey, thank you. I didn't even have to play an etched cornfield for that kind of friendship. Oh, okay. I see how it is, friend. I thought we were friends. So it's pretty hard to protect against exile. Come to find out. Alright, we rebuild. We have the audacity to rebuild with a rabbit. I mean, it's something. We don't have a way to protect it, but let's see if they even care. They may not think it's anything to deal with at the moment. Or maybe they can't deal with it. Zorline. I don't want to see that. Okay, there's the corn. There's the cornfield. I think that's the obvious choice. Yeah. No need to do anything crazy here. Fortunately, we have lifelink with the Shelter by Ghosts. So that's a nice plus. I'm not a huge fan of the second room or mode of this card, the Grand Entryway. I like that part, but I don't like the counter 2 creature part. But better than nothing, I suppose. Of course, there's always a backup Zora line. And they do have mana for Virtue. So I have to think about that. Now, Ethereal Armor is a great draw, because that's just a really good way to boost. There's some stick, however. Okay, we're going for the throat here. Paying the ward cost. Just living life to the fullest. Not realizing that they now have an issue on their hand. Now, I have trample, right? Yes. It's not lethal. Boy, that was close. But feeling pretty good here. Even if they remove our creature, we just have 1 damage. 1 damage we have to do. I think we can swing that. That's famous last words, right? So many games have been won on the back of 1 health. Okay, they're going for the removal. We do get map tokens. We also get to draw. Okay, no good creature draws. That's not good. Might take a turn or 2 more, but I think we should. Okay, there we go. Good old mushroom boy. What is that? Creature type? Oofe? Oof? Oof. Sometimes I will read cards over and over and hope that the words change, but they don't. They never change. I want it to say, you just win the game, or does 1 damage, but it doesn't. Okay, we're thinning our deck a little bit. It's the best we can do. And we'll just have to see what they top deck. They are essentially top decking at this point. I mean, they could attack. That means to me they've got some sort of backup. Oh wait, it's Vigilance. I knew that. But if it didn't have Vigilance, that would signal there was another creature at hand. Wow, that's a lot of land. Can we do this twice? Oh, nope. It happens. Okay, but we do get to become bigger than Zoraline. Forcing a block. I like this. What do they have in hand though? Freaking Zoraline just coming back over and over. They're not getting a whole lot of value from it though. What do you got? Naturally, we drew another land. We don't have trample. But we can't do anything else with our mana, so let's just use it. If only we had Shelter by Ghosts, obviously to get rid of, you know, the board state, but also just the life gain, because I could see this happening a lot. Zoraline dies, Zoraline comes back, but at least we would be gaining health. They are up to 2 now. They have doubled their health. I can't believe it. Another creature. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe that's all we need if we can get lucky. It does have ward. Maybe maybe it's enough. Poor Zorline just keeps getting smashed in the face. Persistent little bugger. I'm a little nervous. I mean, yeah, I have 31, but yeah, okay. I would love to know what they had, but it doesn't matter. I'll take the win. Corn. Reminds me of Signs, one of the best movies. Hey, well this time we've got creature options. Maybe a bad idea throwing them all out because there are board wipes in black, definitely. But I'm feeling crazy. Yeah, I didn't have a way to protect until now. So might as well get it out there while we can. Generally, it's good to not put out more than one creature in this type of deck because of board wipes. Because yeah, once you lose your board, what are you gonna do? There's really nothing you can do. But I like to live on the edge. I deserve that. I mean, what do you want me to do? Just not play the game, you know? Make him have it, right? Make him have it. Now I know he's got board wipe. I will, I'll just keep throwing creatures out there. It's one of those things, even though my whole board was destroyed and I had to rebuild, I mean, minus optimistic scavenger, of course. They have to have another one. You know, they're the ones at 10 health here. I'm playing the game the way I need to be playing, in my opinion. I could be more conservative and calculated, but you know what? They don't want anything to do with it. I can't figure out for the life of me if Ethereal Armor is a girl or a dude. I'm sorry, but I'm having a hard time figuring it out. Audacity's good, but I think digging for land is what we need to be doing. We have creatures, we have protection, so yeah. They have overlords. This will be interesting. Signifies a top end, a heavy top end deck, and we are not that. So we better do what we need to do quick. Anytime you see blue and green and black, it's a scary time. Very scary.
Let's see what this hex go rally, my friend.
Okay. Silly, but I'll take it. Ooh, okay. Are we going against Is It this time? I do want to know how this matches up. Because Is It, that was the last deck I've played in this meta. Certainly strong. There's a few different pathways you can take in the for Is It, but yeah, Yeah. Certainly an established deck. Top of the meta, right there with mono red, as far as, you know, aggro-ish type decks. That's a cool summoner icon or whatever. I just said summoner. That's a cool planeswalker icon. We're very optimistic around here. We're also sheltered by ghosts. Maybe that's why we're so optimistic. I don't particularly like this play. It's less about removal on their end and more about just growing. Because they've got prowess, they're going to be growing that stupid otter. So if we can race them. Although they're going to have options, aren't they? Oh, like that. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, at least it still died. So yeah, that's why I didn't like that play. They could get it back. Alright, they're digging, so hopefully that means they're not planning to destroy everything I'm working for here. Stop doing things. Please. Okay, I mean, sheltered's so good. You'd think I'd learn my lesson, but... I mean, not that it's bad, but I mean, it's just not a great target. In this case, we're whittling. Oh, hey, another one. I swear, that's the one card that's just always there. It's just always in their hand. I don't mind. 3 damage is not that bad. Okay. Now we have trample. They do have a mana available. I don't notice any stick, however. Yeah, now I do. Now I'm a little bit nervous. Kind of going all in here, hoping that whatever it is over there is not an embarrassing pie to the face. Okay, we still have protection. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's corn. Thinking. They're thinking. Oh. Okay, prowess, resolve. Prowess, fine. They are returning permanent. Oh, they did not target the optimistic. They targeted the sheltered. Okay. Well, that's not that big of a deal. Can't protect that. And that's okay. We just lose a little bit of stat. We don't lose our trample. Lose our lifelink. Yeah, okay. Interesting play. I don't know if that's the best play, but it is a play. Stock up. They're down to 1 mana. They haven't played land for turn. They have a bunch of otters. They're going crazy in the water. And we at least have a board state to match theirs. But next turn's pretty important, I feel like, because they now have a grip. All right. Sweet. That was awesome. A lot of fun. Super easy to play this deck. It's really a monkey could run this thing, aka that's what you just saw. That's what you witnessed, and I recommend it. I think you can climb with this. It's effective. It does what it needs to do. And yeah, there's some weaknesses, but you can fill those with substitutions. There is a sideboard. I'll have the deck list in the description. Go ahead and check that out if you want. And I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this content, let me know in some way. And I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.